to cut off there, a lot of this is exaggerated, obviously, just because it's funny. It's like funnier and better to exaggerate it. I don't. But like basically the thing is like this is true that I don't want to keep making videos by myself, which is a lot of what Operation Comedy is. But also like yeah, I want to make more scripted stuff, less of my like weird stuff for YouTube. Honestly I do love this stuff. I just love that idea of being like this lighthearted. I love how I don't even edit out the taking hat on off there. Because I'm like, I know what this is. I'm just gonna embrace it for all this. So you see me taking the hat on and off, like you can see me take on and off a lot. It's like basically, so it's like I'll be funnier if it's like this person's clearly doing it to themselves, but they're also having a bit of a breakdown. Then there's also really bad edits where you see me taking the hat like but take it off, put a bit of on again, which is great. This was like made to be bad at times, which I do a lot sometimes, but this one. I love Hashtag Wizard. It's the dumbest one I love. I love that joke. Just of myself saying try harder to myself. And then me taking it seriously. Then I had my like interfere myself have a breakdown for Chris. I did like Chris then has a breakdown midway through. This is the stuff I used to play like of. Table lore. Weird. Hashtag Wizard. Oh, I love the Hashtag Wizard series. I need to bring that back at some point. JJP. I love that. Like, I just love that. Like, we wouldn't like up in JJP for a while. I think you should be there. I don't know how there's still a minute left when they're like, wrapped up in the interview. This interview was also a lot like improv, where I play both versions of the improv, so I improvise to myself, then have to respond. It's like one person improv and it's so bad. I also love how Christy has this mental breakdown and all during it, but also like the idea that it's like a really bad improv thing. I love at the end I just fun with myself. Oh, that was such a dumb video. I love it. Life Lessons just such a stupid video. I would love to have that hair again. It looked so good that day. So this is a very short one. I'll get this bit now. It is just I see his life to James and I push him down and he stunt falls into something and falls down. But if you look at the life lesson thing, it's just covered in feet. So it would be funny if the whole idea is stupid. That was just a 14-second stupid little video. That's when I had a friend made a YouTube video and I thought I'd react to it. And I'm gonna react to this one. So I found this video called Watching MW3 Terminal Life Launch on top of a plane. So it's just me watching this. I put it on. You can't see it, but I can hear the intro. And so you just hear the intro and you see my face, but you don't see the video. Still in it now. And I'm like, oh, what great music. I like how I just randomly do this to try and up the enthusiasm and up the stuff here. They also got a lot more views than I got, which I did mention. The video, now that video clearly isn't branded. They have no sponsors. Not this time I had the composer glitch in here. Tell me how like Operation Comedy 1 introduction from them, which was it happened. Remember how there's some stuff that's actually really funny, then they laugh. It's obviously fake because I watched the video like 10 times before this. I know I've not good at acting to make it look convincing that this is real laughter. So I'd watched this video quite a few times, then I have like a coughing fit. I talk about how like you can jump in planes and all. This is basically, now this is the thing, this is not the first time I watched this because I didn't know how appropriate the video was. So I had to watch it like beforehand, and then I had to watch it now. So this is me, but basically I'm also not good at commentating on video game stuff. So I just start saying exactly what the video is doing, which is one way to do commentary, I guess. But you know, it's not really good commentary, but it's a way, I guess, to do commentary. I was like, oh, the joke would be like, oh, I'm a huge person. Because, oh, Operation Comedy is such a huge channel. I'll be happy to see this comment joke. That was a review, and that was a terrible video. I reviewed something, but you know what? It is what it is now. Let's go into Vampire Arena reading. This one was the South Africa dramatic reading. This woman should just be being like, how can I work the entire song into this like short idea? Where if you didn't know what I was doing, you might not realize immediately. So this just, the whole idea was like, can I work this in a way that seems sort of natural, but also not supernatural? Because I wanted to make sure I used every line. So so the first person's talking, and then the person responds, and then the joke then becomes James says, "Are you saying the lines of Africa?" And the joke then becomes that I stop, then James takes over doing the lines. So that, yeah, this whole thing is like basically like this short film sketch. If you listen to the story, there's an actual story going on here. Like, there's an actual story happening during this. But it was also us just reading the lines to Africa during it too. It's like, while there is some sort of story, it is mostly just reading lines of Africa, and I really do love it because it's so dumb. It's such a dumb video. Then I take over reading the things again, which was real fun. So I just think this is an overall, this is a really fun, really dumb video. And this one I really did enjoy. This one I wrote over a longer time than you think. It took me like an hour and a half to write this, weirdly. Which is weird because half the lines are already written for me. And it's just a really dumb video that I recommend highly, because it's just like, it just works really well. It does become obvious after a little bit, especially when we acknowledge what we're doing. Then we sing at the end, but I think it's a really strong joke. It's I think just such a strong, dumb joke. It's really such a strong video. I don't praise all my videos, but that one I really think was well written and well done, well read, just good. This one's just literally my Snapchat stories, it says, put together this. This joke was, if she was over, so it's like, oh, I'm really excited for the food. And then, but then the joke here is that I do like a 10-20 second build up to get to the vending machine. Then we have the joke where the cut thing happens during like every like one of them, so it separates every one, even though some of them are actually part of the same story. So this one was I said to my mother because I was asked to check the candle still on. So I literally just run the whole way down 2 flights of stairs to look for a candle. See if a candle was on. It's just me running as fast as I can to go check on a candle, which is the really dumb, stupid thing I do here. But I also make sure I turn every light on so I can see, but more importantly so the audience can see me. So the whole way down to check for the candle. So I go the whole way down like 2 flights of stairs to check the candle was already out, so that was the video there. This is just my puns. This is just the dumb puns I thought of. These ones it's hard to talk about because it's just pun after pun after pun. I'm batter, she rings my... Did I ring a bell? I can just describe them now actually. Yard for birthday. Yikes. That's a playing card. Let's just show I got a case and hold up a case. Pretty good. That one's strong enough to be able to watch. This one is actually cut from my college. I got well graded and I did really well in that unit. I got a distinction overall in that course. And this one's really good. So I just someone says we need a bass player and I just run in slow motion that we can build this wood together, standing tall forever. It plays while I just run slowly. Then I like show off my tambourine and they say you need a bass player, dumbass. Then I say, aww. And it's the sweetest voice ever. Now we're going to end it on Singable 1,000 times. So we'll come back to that one. Because I've got a special treat for that one. But we're going to move to this Jack at the hashtag Wizard Crisis. So this video came out because you might have heard of this thing called Crisis Infinite Earths for DC. So DC basically made this thing called Crisis Infinite Earths. And they like keep announcing every DC actor ever basically was in it. So they like got so many DC characters into it. So I was like the joke being like, oh look, I'm also announced to be in this because they kept announcing more and more cast members in DC. So I was like, I'll announce that I'm in it as a joke, being like, oh the hashtag Wizard is in it now, guys. But also I kept saying the same thing for 3 minutes because that's how those videos work. So they first tell you the news, they tell you they're reprising it. And they're like, oh, you had rumors true, everyone. So the joke being that they would that I got added to it. That was just such a dumb joke because I really liked the idea that being like, oh, everyone's in this crisis thing. So I was like, oh, I'm in it. It's a dumb joke, but I really liked it. And it like does a very good like parody on those like celebrity things where the celebrity talks about the news, but they like to say it in the slowest way. And after they say it, they then keep going. So I just did that thing. And then I also referenced him like, oh, no script, very little pay. That's referencing the fact that Michael from Smallville was asked to return but not given high pay and very last minute and no script. And then I pretend that Hatchers might come back in their own and all, and how like we're gonna come back maybe thanks to the crisis and all is the joke we make here. So it's just a dumb, overly long video which seems stupid, but it's also ironically made on purpose. So like the joke is that we go over the top and we keep talking when we really should have stopped. So like it's a very bad parody, which doesn't look like parody at times, but I really liked it. And this one's slightly out of sync audio. It's where I tell this insane story that happened to me just. But I had to like prove the importance of audio and sync, so I synced the audio. This was for college too. This is the story of how I scarred my hand. I'm using safety scissors, but I made sure the audio was out, just to prove the importance of getting audio in sync, and how audio out of sync is just the most annoying thing ever. So that was it. So it's like a minute and 34 seconds, and it is made to be just so annoying because it's just slightly out. So like it's intentionally annoying, but also a great story. So it's one of those things where it's very weird because it's a video you'll want to watch, because it's a great story and it's kind of amusing, and I come off as really dumb, but it's a really fun dumb story. And I do a little like tongue teaser and all, which I do get wrong, but the idea is just to show you how annoying this is when audio is out of sync. I do well on that one too. This one's called Talking Hat Advert Featuring You. So the idea for this was, I wanted to make it like this interactive thing, but I also wanted it to be the most insane, out there thing ever, which doesn't make any sort of sense. So there's no way for you to actually do anything. So I just leave random gaps where the hat talks, but there's no way to make a narrative here. This was mostly inspired by an Grossman video called You Gonna Date with Noah Grossman, but I made it even stupider and stranger and more insane, where I like leave gaps for you to talk and all. It's very dumb. This one actually was written insanely. Let me just download it. So this one was like, I filmed, it took me like an hour to film, and it took me like a day to write. This one took a stupidly long time involved, but I finished it. And so the idea for it is that there's this person's filming an advert, but then they don't want to do the advert because it's a dumb advert, but then you keep seeing the advert happen. You keep seeing them do the advert, but you also then see them saying no to the advert. And this really dumb video that lasts 5 minutes, and but also the best joke in this is it's like featuring you, but also the audience. I don't leave much gaps because the hat doesn't appear for like 3 minutes into it. Then the idea is I had this really old phone, so I pull out my old flip phone and then this old other flip phone. So it was a flip out phone, was a flip up phone. So the idea is that I had this really bad technology. I thought it was funny because the whole idea is this great inventor. And I was like, oh, what a stylish hat now. No, it's just a dumb great video, I think. Like, cause it's like so dumbly made and so badly made. It says I'm talking to the hat now, but the hat doesn't say anything, so you can say it for the hat. And like the idea is that I'm predicting what you'll say. My response obviously won't match because they're insane. I love this joke where it's like the calls for the hat. Then I like fall out of the hat and I beat up the hat, but also I love the fact the talking hat part is like for 20 seconds. Like the hat isn't in that much, considering it's like featuring you. You're barely doing anything. I'm doing most of the talking. I'll leave you like 3-second gaps at a time as well. So it's the weirdest thing I've ever done. I hope to top it someday. And that jokes then like you can edit this all together, this advert. I actually kind of really like this one. Then I have a joke where I'm trying to fit the hat in my head. So I keep saying the same exact thing on loop. Then I get on really badly, so I'm like, oh, this is how I'll do it now. So this one was written, but I was some improv, but not much. The idea is that also, even if you somehow edited all this together, it wouldn't work. Then I had this golden character where it's just me that's completely in yellow and like this gold makeup on. But the lipstick is not real lipstick, it's just the eyeshadow put on there as well. So it's very hard to keep on and it's hard to remove them. Then I also play someone watching it who just says, "What was that?" So it's a very it's the most insane video on the channel. But I really, really enjoy it. Identical workplace or anteater was a fun idea for like this could be a recurring thing, or it says identical offers to reference the fact that and play everyone. The joke is that one of the employees think the other one's an anteater. So that is they both think the other one's an anteater, and they're offering the other one to eat ants to prove they're the anteater, which is such a dumb joke, which I think is really fun because it's like it full on goes Shakespeare-ish and goes like full on like play style where it's like feels like a play at times. Also, I like how I'm wearing the trans hat I have, which was fun. And it's like full on like I'll be like this lets me do monologues. Because in the videos I do in this channel, I don't really monologue that much. I do like short, like one-liners or this over-the-top insane stuff. I don't get a monologue. But in these ones, I gotta do these insane, really hard to memorize, really hard to say monologues. They get a shot where it's like me pat my belly, but I make it look as big as possible. Oh, it's a dumb premise. Like, it goes on for so long, you're like... You're wondering what the big punchline's gonna be as well at this point. Which I like, you're like wondering what the punchline's gonna be. And then the joke is like... The joke's that the boss is doing terrible stuff and they're like selling cigarettes to toddlers. And the boss is iced ants. Then the joke's at the end, it's like the doctor comes in and like, your boss is probably the anteater, the more you know. That's the joke. I really like that one. This one's just how to wash your hands. But also, if you watch the video, I do it completely wrong. So I do the water on, then I do the soap, then I do the rinsing and all. Then I rub it in. This is right. Then I run under the top, but I also do it really quickly, so it's maybe like 2 minutes. So the joke here is that you're like, oh, it's a really good hand technique. I think it's just a normal technique and all. But the joke then becomes that it's also wrong because it's too short. Like, it's more of a subtle joke. So the whole thing is like a very detailed analysis of how to do it. But then the only small joke is that it's the time's wrong. This one's my stand-up routine. I haven't watched this since I uploaded it. Let's see if it makes funny enough to make me laugh now. That's gonna be the whole commentary for this 40 minutes. It's gonna be while I laugh. I did spend a while making that stand-up stand, to be honest. Second class was the whole premise of this, because stand-up spin class is, I think, really interesting. How like insane it felt to me. I like the joke that I like, but it's really, I know it's not that funny, it's like hilarious, I know. So I have some nervous tics. One's this. One's like right over, like try and blink overly longly. So you can see quite a few of my like tics, my nervous tics going off on this. This is more just like, this is relatable for, not really that funny currently. Like we're 3 minutes in, not a minute, sorry, 2 minutes in. Not the funniest thing ever, but it's very relatable still. Actually, oh, that's, yeah, but that stuff is 20 seconds. There are some actually ones I like in this. None that make me hysterically laugh, but it does get some shock giggles from like, that was actually good. I actually do get when they're going up steps. I like the halfway point of step thing. This is inspired by the Randy buys a novel idea where he says the whole time not talking about the novel. It's like the idea that if like during this like stand-up thing I stop talking about it for the full like 5 minutes, then I go back to it. It's like the Randy thing but light. I want to do this version of that at some point because I really like the premise. I'll have to do my own take on that. Actually like that quite a bit. It's actually a pretty good joke. It like go real fast, I say, to no one when I stop editing power. It's pretty good. I did write this with my humor sensibilities beforehand, so I knew this would suck. Turned out to suck. I knew that what would be funny to me would be funny to me, so I moved the whole thing. Basically, the stand-up show that I would love. I might not like for stand up, so when I am laughing at this, it's because I designed it for me to love. Hey, look, it's Operation coming Main Street. Flash the dog. Hey, buddy. That's true. Someone actually has 6-pack and abs on the bike. I love how they each get asked for Mount Everest, something else, each. Say each twice, dumbly, which is pretty good. I just love that. I wish we got gender, it's my favorite. It's a good joke. I'm getting the charger for my controller now. So now this would be so much longer if I was doing these short live streams. I'd have so much more stuff. I'd lose like 24 hours of videos just not doing this live stream. This was partly true, a lot of this stand-up. That's the thing. Obviously, it's exaggerated, but parts were true. Like, the asking kind of stop, and I looked around, everyone's like 6-packing. I was like, I can't stop being the only fat person here. I can't, like, prove fat people are out of shape. That's really why I kept going. I said to me, I think you might need an easier class, and I was like, so confused. I love that reveal being like, there's like a person isn't on a bike. I'm not sure that's normal or not. Just I was shocked by that. They were on a bike and all, but they didn't cycle on it. They just sat on it. But they were shockingly in a phenomenal shape. But they don't do anything during the cycle class. I love that part. I will have forgotten not to say no to the person, but also not to go just full eye contact, not blinking. I could be in America right now. I have Northern Ireland. I could be in America. I thought that it's not even plugged in. This is my podcast trailer. I filmed this for the first day with my uni. I got really sad, so I was like, I need to do something fun. So I made this, and it's just me running around the accommodation to my room. The funniest thing is, I filmed this the first day, and I'm glad one of my flatmates came out because I had to meet them somehow while jumping around filming this trailer. I also nearly break my actual podcasting stuff. I think that out of breath, I had to literally run around before I did that one shot and then run in. But I'm really proud of that podcast trailer. Now we have Jess the Student, part 1 and 2. They were live streams, I won't be watching this, but this is Welcome to Jurassic Park, Jurassic Ark. I'll just sing along this one because it's just the video we're saying. A sick bark, it's a Jurassic Park. Our lawyers were very clear. Just a kite and be waiting soon. No, it's Jurassic Ark. Oh, these are free live streams. We're falling into the deep. That's what I love. I'm like on the title, which is falling into deep dark sad of game I stuck at, or how I learned to stop worrying and love to stream. That was good. That was a good stream. I'm gonna talk where I didn't really talk, to be honest. Drinking and watching Twilight Part 2, 44 minutes in, is my friend's favorite part of my whole channel, which is weird. Time for the final dab, the most recent video on my channel. The idea of this was I just love dabbing. So I was making this in my Instagram story, and I stopped near the end of it, but like, I love this, I'm gonna make this a YouTube video. But the joke is that half the video is just me dabbing the whole time. The other half's me talking about how no one dabs anymore and how dabbing's become outlawed, and it's like, the whole joke's like me doing like a full 3-minute thing about talking about dabbing and how I love dabbing and all. And on the side, just me dabbing the whole time. And there's 20 seconds of this video where I'm dabbing. Both sides are me doing the same thing at the same time. But also, I spent like an hour or so doing the makeup for this. So now I'm spoiler alert, dying at the end. I spent like an hour doing that, like really good makeup, like beat up makeup. So after this video, we'll have the final video. That's the same bowl 1,000 times. Will be the final video. This is just a really dumb video. It's me talking just about how much I love the dab. This is the thing. Up until a certain point, this is all my real opinion. This is everything I say is my real opinion. I really just love dabbing. This wasn't like scripted. This was just me talking about how much I like dabbing when someone comes about dabbing. It's just me literally, like, the joke inside is me just dabbing all the time if it was funny. But this is just me talking about how much I liked dabbing. And like, it's not ironic. I'm not even joking. This isn't like me being like, oh my goodness, dabbing's terrible, but I'm pretending to like it ironically. I'm a big fan. And part of this video is just me wanting dabbing to come back. Did I have like this thing like I'm like a voice break? It was great. Hey Flashy, I really loved like the voice break part. I thought it was really fun, really cool. I'm trying to like do voice breaks. That's why my voice needs something up and down. So I'm trying to like change my voice. Dab, 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 dab. I'm surprised I get to be just I have like this black eye, which I spent like half an hour, 40 minutes on. What I'm really proud of is how like there's layers that are like bright on the other parts. So each time like I do a dab now, I get beat up more, but on the side it's just me literally dabbing. That's too, because that side I'm not even beat up at all, I'm done dabbing. I like the one final dab joke, and then the last scene in this is just me being really, really injured, like all this like fake makeup, it'll take me an hour to do. And then the side's just me dabbing 4 times while I do the final dab. I hope you've enjoyed that video because how dumb it is. Now time for the final video I'm going to be doing, which is the same bowl 1,000 times. I'm just going to take a little drink before I start this part. I'm going to try and say bowl 1,000 times along with the video. Well, bowl, oh wait, that's it, sorry, yeah. Bull, 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 oh bull, 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 oh bull, 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 bull. Bull, 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 bull. I stopped for a minute there. Bull, 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 bull. Bull, 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 bull. Bull, 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 bull. I have some time that I hit them. Actually, I hit this thing where I tapped out here to the ball. I tapped on it, so you tap inside. Bull, 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 bull. Bull, 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 bull. Bull, 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 bull. Bull, 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 bull. Bull, 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 bull. Bull, 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 bull. I'll almost been having like just saying bull after this. Bull, 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 bull. Bull, 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 bull. Bull, 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 bull. Bull, 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 bull. Bull, 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 bull. Bull, 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 bull. Bull, bull. Bull, 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 I don't even need anymore. Bull, bull. It's saying bull, 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 bull. Still saying bull. Bull, 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 bull. Bull, 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 boil, bull, 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 bull. Bull, 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 boil, bull, 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 boil, bull, 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 bull. If you even watched the last one, you probably get this one. Bull, 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 bull. Bull, 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 bull. Bull, 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 bull. 3 minutes left. Bull, 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 boil, bull, bull, bull. 2 minutes left. Bull, 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 boil, bull, 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 boil, bull, 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 boil, bull, 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 bull. I'm actually starting to realize I'm not saying bull half the time in this one. That one I'm more accurate. Bull, 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 bull. Bull, 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 boil, bull, 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 boil, bull, 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 bull. And since this is about to end in now 20 seconds. Thank you for the 7 years of support. Everyone supported me for the last 7 years. And thank you to anyone who's actually somehow watched all this. I love you all. Thank you for being fans of the channel. This has been a major part of my life, and I really loved it. I love making content. I love making stuff, and it's been just a great time in my life. And thank you everyone for who allowed me to do this and supported me throughout the years. And bull, bull, bull. So thank you everyone so much. Have a great day. Have a great life. You're amazing.